This past weekend, Noah Wyle won the Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for The Pitt, and The Pitt also won the Best Drama Series as well. So I want to do something a little bit new than my typical movie, TV series, or comic review or rankings video, and just take some time to give some praise, some adoration, and love to a show that I think absolutely deserves it. The Pitt has easily been my favorite show of 2025 so far, and it's also been my wife's favorite show. We got so emotionally invested into this show immediately after episode 1, and it was just one of those shows where we quite literally couldn't stop pressing play next episode immediately after each episode ended, which surprised me quite a bit because I'm not one who typically is drawn to these hospital medical drama shows, because most of the time I feel like they slowly divulge into this hospital worker relationship comedy dramas over the actual stakes and events that are taking place in the hospital. But The Pitt is the complete opposite of that. The Pitt keeps any and all relationship drama in the back seat. I could even argue it's in the trunk of the car, and it puts the actual hospital, the patients, the families involved with the patients, and all the stakes involved with that at the forefront of the show, which is pretty easy to do because this show actually takes place over a 15-hour shift in an ER and trauma center, and each episode takes place over 1 hour of the shift until the very last closing hour of the shift. And since this is a 15-hour shift in an ER trauma center, there's quite literally never a relaxing period across the episode, so there's constant chaos coming through the ER doors. And the team behind the show does an absolutely phenomenal job of putting you as the viewer in this ER with these actors who are playing interns, attendings, residents, nurses, and how they all stay calm in this absolute madness and stay focused the entire time while they constantly walk that tightrope between life and death on quite literally a minute-to-minute and hourly basis within that trauma center. And with that life and death tightrope, this show doesn't hold back at all in any of the blood or gruesomeness nature that you would expect in these ERs that they see on a daily basis. So you get a true and real appreciation for just how special these workers are across the world. I like to consider myself a pretty mentally and physically tough person who doesn't get stressed out much at all. But after just watching a couple episodes of the show, I kept reminding my wife, I was like, I can't believe we're 4 episodes into this, and this is technically only 4 hours into these people's shift. So I knew immediately after that this is probably one job on the planet that I know for sure that I cannot do. So again, well done on the team behind this entire show for putting you as an audience member in that ER with them, in the arena with them, and showing what these workers go through on a constant basis. This show also provides that emotional gut punch that comes with the patients, but more specifically the families of these patients. This is another area that the show definitely doesn't pull its punches on, and it makes you feel the raw familial stakes in these heartbreaking medical emergencies. And there's numerous episodes in here where I'm admitted, and I don't even think it's just because it's the dad in me now, but they just do such a great job of making you feel emotions. I was choking up in a couple of the episodes. I looked over my wife in a couple episodes. She was definitely choking up, and it was hard for her to watch a few of these episodes as well. But you don't just feel the pain and hurt for the patients and their families. You also feel the pain in this show for the trauma workers who are involved in these cases, because they have to carry the mental burden of essentially all of these patients that they are working on, specifically the ones that they lose while trying to save them, which takes the strongest of souls to do that, because you essentially, as these workers have to do, any of these patients lost, they have to get right back up on the saddle and get back to work, because there's another patient coming right through those doors in the ER who is just as hurt or maybe even more hurt. And to loop this all the way back to beginning is Noah Wyle, and why he absolutely deserves this award as the outstanding lead actor in a drama series. Noah leads this show as the chief attending physician in this 15-hour shift, and he does a perfect job of balancing all of these emotions and hardships and the knowledge that comes with a chief attending physician with that position, while also leading a cast that's also really equally great in their specific roles of themselves. They had another actress who won outstanding supporting actress in this series as well, Katharina Lanasa. She is phenomenal in her role as essentially the chief head nurse, who's kind of like the quarterback operating this whole ER room, making sure everyone's where they need to be and such. So I can't speak any more highly of Noah Wyle and the rest of the cast in this show. There's just so many great cast members in this show that portray different backgrounds. They have different personalities and styles, and they make it very easy for you to get attached to, you know, character A, character B, character C, because they're just so different, but all the personalities mesh so well in this absolute chaos of a show. and it really gets you invested in the entire show with these characters as they go along. And in a day and age where I feel like there's so many TV shows across so many different streaming platforms, I feel like it's really easy for a lot of good to really great shows to kind of get lost in the too much streaming ether. So not a lot of people potentially are seeing these shows. So it was really nice to, wake up this morning on my phone and see that the Pitt and Noah and the other actress won an Emmy for this show, because it really is a great show. So it is good to see, great products get recognized for their great work. And one final note, which is probably the most crazy part of this, is that this show is 15 episodes long and it constantly keeps your attention. Again, there is no lull. You are never feeling bored in this, and you constantly want to keep going. And why is that so crazy? Because you never hear of 15 episode shows anymore. It seems like every, production company, every TV studio company now has shortened seasons. Everything feels like it's a movie broken down into like a 6-episode show or a condensed 8-season show, which somehow also take years to make the following season. So the even crazier part with this being a 15-episode TV series that constantly keeps your attention, they also have season 2 already wrapped, done, and filming. Another 15 episodes season 2 is coming this January 2026. So just really impressive all around. So if this video is the first time you're hearing about the Pitt, or you saw, scrolling online that the Pitt and Noah Wyle won Emmys for this show, hopefully all of that kind of gives it the ringing endorsement it needs for you to go check out this show, because I promise you, you will not regret watching this show. This is absolutely one of the best shows of 2025.